challenge. I replaced my 4,200 a month staff with AI. Here's what happened after 90 days of running my small business with only AI tools. I'll reveal the shocking truth about what worked, what failed, and the one task you should never automate. But here's what nobody talks about. On day 47, I nearly lost my biggest client. Not because the AI failed, because it worked too well. And that contradiction right there is going to change how you think about automation forever. 3 months ago, I was bleeding money. $4,200 every single month going to a virtual assistant, a part-time bookkeeper, and a freelance content writer. Good people, talented people, but my margins were getting crushed. So I made a decision that my business coach called reckless. I let everyone go and replaced them entirely with AI tools. Now, before you click away, thinking this is another tech bro telling you to fire your team, stick with me. Because what I discovered in these 90 days was not what I expected. I'm going to show you exactly which AI tools saved me over $3,000 a month, the one category of work where AI actually cost me money, and the specific automation that almost destroyed a $15,000 client relationship. I run a digital marketing consultancy. Nothing fancy. 8 clients, mostly local businesses, bringing in around $22,000 monthly. I'm not some Silicon Valley startup. I'm a guy with a laptop, a mortgage, and a constant fear of next month's rent. If these tools work for me, they'll work for you. And if they don't work, you deserve to know that too. Let me start with the win that shocked me most. My content writer was costing me $1,400 a month. She wrote blog posts for my clients, social media captions, email newsletters, quality stuff. But here's the thing. I was spending 6 hours every week just managing her, giving feedback, requesting revisions, explaining brand voices. That hidden time cost was killing me. Week 1 of my experiment, I switched everything to Claude for long-form content and ChatGPT for quick social posts. First draft I generated, garbage, generic, robotic, sounded like a Wikipedia article wrote a blog post after 3 energy drinks. But then I did something that changed everything. I spent 4 hours building what I call voice libraries. I fed Claude 20 examples of each client's existing content, their best emails, their most engaging posts, customer testimonials in their words, and I wrote detailed prompts that captured their quirks. One client says, "Y'all," constantly. Another never uses exclamation points because she thinks they're unprofessional. By week 3, my clients couldn't tell the difference. One of them actually complimented me on the writing, being better than usual. That's when I knew this was real. But here's what I want you to remember for later, because it becomes important. The AI didn't replace creativity. It replaced the first draft. I still spent 90 minutes per client per week editing, refining, adding human insight. That ratio, though, 90 minutes versus 6 hours of management, that's the real math nobody shows you. Now let's talk about the bookkeeper, because this is where I made my first expensive mistake. I was paying Jennifer $800 a month to reconcile accounts, categorize expenses, send invoices, and chase late payments. Classic bookkeeping stuff. I replaced her with a combination of QuickBooks AI features, an automation tool called Make, and ChatGPT for writing payment reminder emails. The invoice automation worked beautifully. Client gets deliverable, system automatically generates invoice, sends it, tracks payment, follows up at 7 days and 14 days with increasingly firm emails. First month, my average payment time dropped from 19 days to 11 days. That cash flow improvement alone was worth the experiment. But the expense categorization? Disaster. See, AI is confident, dangerously confident. It categorized a $1,700 software purchase as office supplies. It put client dinner receipts under travel expenses. Small errors that I didn't catch until I was prepping quarterly taxes, and my accountant called asking why my numbers looked like a fever dream. I spent 11 hours fixing 3 months of miscategorized expenses. 11 hours. That's 3 months of time savings completely erased, plus the stress of wondering what else I missed. Here's the lesson that cost me those 11 hours. AI is incredible at tasks with clear right and wrong answers. Writing an email, scheduling posts, generating ideas. But anything requiring judgment calls, anything where context matters and mistakes compound, you need human eyes, weekly at minimum. This brings me to day 47, the day I almost lost everything with my biggest client. Marcus runs a chain of physical therapy clinics, pays me $4,000 monthly, nearly 20% of my revenue from one relationship. His account required constant communication because he's the kind of client who sends voice memos at 11 p.m. and expects responses by 7 a.m. My virtual assistant used to handle his messages, filter the urgent from the noise, respond to simple questions, flag anything that needed my attention. I replaced her with a custom GPT trained on 2 years of our conversation history, connected to my email through Zapier. The AI would draft responses, I'd review them each morning, and out they'd go. Worked perfectly for 6 weeks. Then Marcus sent an email that said, and I quote, "Getting a little frustrated with response times lately." I panicked. I reviewed every interaction. Response times were actually faster than before. So what happened? The AI was efficient. Too efficient. My VA used to add little human touches, asking about his daughter's soccer games, mentioning the weather in his city, acknowledging when he seemed stressed. The AI responses were helpful, accurate, and completely devoid of warmth. I'd been so focused on automation that I forgot relationships aren't tasks to be completed. They're connections to be nurtured. I immediately changed my approach. Now I use AI to draft the informational parts of client emails, but I personally add the human elements. Every single time. It takes an extra 2 minutes per email. Those 2 minutes have saved my most important business relationship. This is also when I upgraded my content game. I started using 11 Labs to create voice content for clients who wanted podcasts, but couldn't afford production costs. The voice cloning is genuinely remarkable. Check it out at try.11labs.io 2PU109Y92JL1. It let me offer a service I couldn't have touched before without hiring audio specialists. Okay, let's rapid fire through the other wins because I know you're wondering about the full picture. Customer research. Used to take my VA 3 hours to compile competitor analysis for a new client pitch. Now I use Perplexity AI connected to Make. Same quality research in 20 minutes. I've won 2 new clients specifically because I could turn around proposals faster than competitors. Social media scheduling. Replaced manual posting with Metricool plus AI caption generation. Time saved. 4 hours weekly. Engagement actually increased 11% because the AI helped me post at optimal times I never would have calculated myself. Meeting notes. Otter AI transcribes every client call. Claude summarizes action items. I used to spend 30 minutes after each meeting writing recaps. Now it takes 4 minutes to review and send. Email management. This one's huge. I trained ChatGPT on my email response patterns. It now drafts replies to 80% of my inbox. I review, tweak, send. My email time dropped from 2 hours daily to 35 minutes. Quick math on the full experiment. Previous monthly cost,